If you ask me, longevity isn't determined first by medications or hospital visits. It's shaped by the habits you repeat every single day. And your evening routine is where it all begins. So tonight, before you close your eyes, try these 5 simple steps. You don't need to overhaul your entire life. Just start with how you end each day. If you found today's information valuable, please hit the like button and leave a comment telling me which of the 5 elements you'll be starting with tonight. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so I can continue supporting you on this journey toward a longer, healthier, and more meaningful life. Finally, if you have loved ones or friends over 65, don't hesitate to share this video with them. You won't just be passing along advice, you may be offering them a chance to live differently, stronger, and with more freedom.
All of these insights are built on solid biological principles and real clinical research. And here's the most important part. The third change, if fully understood, can help prevent problems that many men don't even realize are developing until it's far too late. If you're in your 40s, 50s, or beyond, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of our in-depth discussions on men's health. And if you've ever wondered about this topic, feel free to leave a comment below. I truly enjoy hearing from you. To answer this question clearly, we can't just rely on feelings or opinions. We have to look directly at the body, and specifically at 3 key biological mechanisms that testosterone depends on when sleep is cut back to only 6 hours a night. Many men ask, if short sleep is so harmful, then why do I still feel like I'm getting by just fine? The answer lies not in emotions, but in biology, because the body adapts mechanically, even when hormones are silently shifting in ways you can't immediately feel. When a man consistently sleeps only 6 hours, the production of testosterone takes an immediate hit. One of the first biological mechanisms at play is hormone regulation. Normally, during deep sleep, the body releases large surges of luteinizing hormone, the signal that tells the testes to produce testosterone. But with shortened sleep, these surges are cut short, causing lower testosterone levels the next day. Over time, this drop becomes more permanent, especially in men approaching andropause, when natural hormone production is already in decline. Beyond hormone signaling, reduced sleep also affects the body mechanically. During restful hours, the pituitary and hypothalamus coordinate cycles that keep the endocrine system stable. With less sleep, this balance is disrupted, leading to unstable testosterone rhythms that can create fatigue, reduced strength, and slower recovery. The body can try to adapt for a while, but without enough rest, the hormonal axis becomes strained, something many men only notice years later in the form of lower energy, reduced libido, or difficulty maintaining muscle. In addition, testosterone production is closely tied to the body's repair and immune activity that occurs during deep sleep. Normally, in the later stages of nightly rest, the body clears out damaged cells, excess proteins, and waste from tissues, processes that are supported by steady hormone balance. But when sleep is cut short to just 6 hours, the body doesn't have enough time to complete these cycles. As a result, immune responses become unstable, leading to persistent low-grade inflammation that silently interferes with hormone regulation. This can cause fatigue, brain fog, or even that heavy, sluggish feeling many men experience without any clear medical explanation. Now, the biological mechanisms we've just covered may sound clinical or abstract, but in real life they make a major difference. I've seen this firsthand in many patients I've worked with. Some protected their sleep and maintained strong, stable health for years, while others pushed their limits and eventually paid the price with symptoms they couldn't ignore: low energy, declining strength, and hormonal imbalance. To illustrate just how powerful a single habit can be, let me share a real case that highlights the impact of sleep on testosterone over time. I once worked with a patient named David, 65 years old, who had been a construction worker his entire life. David, a 65-year-old former construction site supervisor from Nevada, came into the clinic with complaints of constant fatigue, trouble staying asleep through the night, and a dull heaviness in his lower body. He told me that he used to be strong and rarely sick, but over the past several years he simply didn't feel like himself anymore. "It's like my body aged faster than it should," he said. As we dug deeper, I learned that for nearly a decade he had been averaging just 5 to 6 hours of sleep a night. He believed that after 55, shorter rest was simply part of aging, so he ignored it. He was also embarrassed to bring it up, thinking it wasn't worth mentioning. But when we ran his lab tests, his testosterone levels were well below the healthy range for his age. His recovery markers showed imbalance, and his sleep cycles were fragmented. It wasn't a severe condition yet, but it was clear his body had been under silent strain for years. So we agreed to start with small changes. David adjusted his evening routine, set stricter sleep boundaries, and began allowing his body the recovery time it had been missing for nearly a decade. David made gradual but steady adjustments. He added light physical activity in the evenings, increased his water intake, focused on nutrient-rich meals, and most importantly, he reintroduced a consistent sleep schedule that gave him 7 to 8 hours of uninterrupted rest each night. After about 4 months, the results spoke for themselves. His testosterone levels had risen closer to the healthy range. His nighttime wake-ups decreased dramatically, and that constant heaviness in his body almost disappeared. Even more striking was his mindset. David became more confident, more open in conversations about his health, and for the first time in years, he told me something I'll never forget. I never imagined something this simple, just fixing my sleep, could change both my body and my mind so much. And David's story isn't rare. Many men in their 50s, 60s, and beyond fall into the same trap. Either they dismiss their body's needs, or they simply don't know how much sleep is right for them. So what is the ideal balance? How many hours of rest truly protect testosterone while preventing long-term damage? In the next section, we'll break it all down.
One of the most common questions I get asked is, so how many hours of sleep do I really need at my age? It's an excellent question, but the answer isn't one fixed number. It depends on your age, your overall health, and how well your body restores itself each night. Here's a general guideline based on clinical observations and recommendations from sleep and endocrinology experts. Men between ages 40 and 49 should aim for at least 7 to 8 hours per night. At this stage, testosterone levels are still strong, and the body recovers efficiently with consistent rest. Men from 50 to 59 should be even more mindful, targeting 7.5 to 8 hours whenever possible. If you often wake up groggy, experience low energy, or notice reduced performance, it's a sign your recovery is incomplete. And cutting sleep short will only make it worse. Men aged 60 and above generally need a minimum of 8 hours to keep testosterone stable, maintain healthy circulation, and protect cognitive sharpness. If your health and energy remain strong, a little more rest can be even more beneficial. Staying consistent is the most important principle. Don't let your sleep schedule swing from extremes. Too little rest during the week, followed by long catch-up sessions on weekends. Instead, aim for steady, restorative hours each night. This routine should go hand in hand with balanced nutrition, light physical activity, and regular health checkups to keep your entire system in sync. As you can see, there isn't one perfect sleep formula that fits every man. What matters most is learning to listen to your body and adjusting your nightly routine to match each stage of life. But beyond the physical side, there's another major barrier that often leads men to neglect their health, and that's the psychological side. The truth is, most men don't actually lack information. They lack the comfort and confidence to talk openly about issues like fatigue, declining energy, or hormonal imbalance. Many think it's simply part of aging, or feel pressured by society to stay silent. But ignoring these signals can slowly chip away at both physical vitality and mental well-being. Over the years, I've met many patients who clearly felt something was wrong, but were too embarrassed to bring it up. They believed that poor sleep or constant tiredness was simply a natural part of getting older, nothing worth discussing. But once they understood that sleep is as fundamental to health as exercise or nutrition, their perspective shifted, and the results were very real. What I hope you take away from this video is not just another number or health tip, it's awareness. Testosterone and healthy sleep are not topics to be brushed aside or ignored just because they feel uncomfortable to talk about.
They deserve attention at the right time, in the right way, and consistently, just like any other crucial part of your body. If you've stayed with me this far, I know you're someone who truly values your health. Leave a comment below and let me know your age group and what concerns you most when it comes to men's health. And if you found today's video helpful, don't forget to subscribe so you'll never miss more in-depth insights on how to stay stronger, sharper, and healthier as you age. So you won't miss the deeper insights in our upcoming topics. Remember, taking care of your body isn't just for the young. It's for anyone who truly understands themselves and wants to stay healthy from the inside out.